Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a video that I have held off on for quite a while, but I'm always getting asked why am I single? I want to start off this video by saying that this is in no way, shape, or form of me bashing anybody or speaking negatively of anyone that's outside of my character, and I don't even know where this video is going to go, so please bear with me if I'm all over the place. And I also want a lot of you guys to know that if you are single, that is completely fine. I don't understand why being single has to be a negative thing. Personally, I don't mind it. I am working on myself right now and I'm enjoying it. I don't care to date. I don't care to have a significant other in my life. It is something that I've always dreamt of, and I never thought that I would be single at almost 28. I always thought that I would be married and have kids by the time I'm 30, and I'm not saying that that won't happen, but I'm almost 28 now, and I know that I want to spend several years with my future husband or, boyfriend prior to getting married and having kids. So I know that it probably won't happen before I'm 30. So I grew up being a complete fairy tale girl, which is something that I have said many times before. I have always seen myself getting married and having kids. It has been the one thing that I've wanted most since I was little. I never really knew what career path I would have. I never had these big goals for myself other than I knew that I wanted to be a wife. I know for a fact that I want to be a mother, and that is the whole reason why I moved out. And I have a full video on me moving out and everything, and I will link that down below. And basically what I explain in that video is how I specifically moved out because I wanted to make sure that I could take care of myself and a household so that I could take care of a husband. Not that a man needs to be taken care of, but that's how I was raised. My mom never had to work a day in her life. My dad has been the greatest support system for all of us, financially, emotionally, and I've always seen, I don't know if you guys can hear my voice, I'm so nervous. Oh shoot. My dad has been my dad. I just love my dad to pieces, and my mom has become one of my very best friends. My dad worked his butt off and still is, so that we can all have everything that we have ever wanted in life. That's what I was raised with. And I know that there's a lot of feminists out there who don't believe in, women cooking their man dinner or cleaning the house and taking care of kids, but I think it's such a beautiful thing, and I don't think that it's easy work. And I watched my mom do it my entire life. Even now I can call her and she would be here in 2 minutes if she could. She had wings and could fly, she'd be here in a heartbeat. And she's such a beautiful woman, and I want to be that because they both are huge role models in my life. And I do plan on building an empire for myself, and I have never seen myself working underneath people. I have always had an entrepreneur type of mind where I know that I want to have some type of business, or be able to make money from home, or just financially be supportive on my own, not having to rely on a man, which I don't think is a negative thing either. I was just raised that way. Abort mission. I regret even starting this video. Oh man. Oh, I want to start everything from before my car accident. I was deeply in love with somebody, and he ended up breaking up with me months before my accident, and I had never experienced heartbreak like that. And I thought, screw men, I don't want a boyfriend, and you know, all of that, and I went and I raged my heart out, and I totally experienced that type of lifestyle, which is where I then met the people who I ended up going to Las Vegas with, where I did get in my car accident. We went out to Vegas and I was 20 years old, and my new boyfriend at the time, who we were only together for 6 days, went with me, and we ended up getting into kind of a discussion where I was like, see, maybe I should have stayed single, I don't know, and then ended up leaving Vegas quite early in the morning. And if you guys want to know a whole story video, I can upload one. I had one up previously, but I had to take it down because I had a lot of hate on it. In that video, I didn't share a lot of the details on what exactly happened in my accident because I didn't want to point fingers at people, and it was easier for me to take the full blame than to have people think I am, you know, pointing fingers. So I can get into that in another video if you guys want to see something like that. But it's just really hard when I'm so open about my life and people ask to know about my past and what exactly happened, and it's just hard to talk about. Getting back to the story, we I ended up leaving early with 2 other people, and I'm sorry if I'm looking down a lot. I'm just trying to process all of this. And I ended up getting in my car accident, and he ended up staying with me for 10 months after my accident. And I don't think either of us knew exactly what this injury entailed. That was one of the toughest experiences for me because I have never felt my injury the way I did that night that he had left me. I remember being on my bed and him breaking up with me and him walking out of the room, and I physically couldn't get up and chase after him, and that was unreal. I never felt anything like that, and I knew it was for the best, which I'm completely grateful for because he helped take care of me through the beginning stages of my injury. So it was such a huge blessing for me because he was there at the hospital every day with me and he supported me, and I am so grateful for him. So moving along, I ended up being single for about a year after that, and I wasn't closed-minded to having a new boyfriend. I just if it happened, it happened. And then I ended up meeting my most recent ex, and I didn't know meeting him that he was going to have such a huge life-changing effect on my life. I met him when I couldn't even cath myself, I couldn't dress myself, I barely could push myself, and he would come over all the time and spend so much time with me. And he was recently just out of a relationship, and I don't think either of us expected to be together or to be together as long as we were. We were together for over 6 years, on and off, and that man made me feel so empowered in the beginning of our relationship and encouraged me so much to be independent. And he's the reason why I had the surgery, so that I can learn to cath myself, and I struggled to learn how to dress myself, and I learned how to drive, and he taught me. I remember him being in the car with me teaching me how to drive again, and I'm so grateful for having him in my life for as long as I did. And I think a piece of me will always adore him for that. Things just got super messy, and we tried over and over again to fix things, and it just, I don't know what happened. So we ended up being together for quite a while, and about 4 years into our relationship, I knew that things were going south, and I think a lot of it had to do with his demons and my demons, and you know, his drive and ambition to be successful, and my drive to be independent. And I felt like we were just going on different paths in that moment, and yet I just wanted so badly to make it work. I saw my entire life with him, and he's the reason why I moved out. We were still together, and I thought I was going to marry that man. So 4 years into my relationship with him is when my brother passed away, and him and I had just gone back from Europe, and we had a great time. Him and I always had a really good time together when we were alone. When we were around other people, it just, I don't know what it was. We couldn't just get along, and I don't understand why. But together alone is something that people just don't understand, that type of chemistry that we did have. I wouldn't trade those memories for anything. But my brother ended up passing away, and I'm mourning the loss of my brother, and I didn't understand why he was so distant. And it was I go back to Vegas every year. I try to for my anniversary. So I usually go for Halloween weekend. I'm usually in Vegas. Last year I didn't go. It's just too mixed of feelings and stuff, so I chose not to go. But we were in Vegas, and I'm not gonna go into full details on how I found out, but I ended up finding out that I don't want to say he was cheating on me, because we kind of were on a break, but I found out that he was with somebody else, and I ended up contacting her, and I did the whole girl thing where we discussed everything, and then I ended up kicking him out of my room, and I was so ill. I hadn't completely mourned my brother. I knew I was hiding that deep down inside of me, and I was thinking my brother is still in Dubai, and he's working, and he's gonna call me soon. I was in complete denial. So when I found out that, you know, he was with somebody else or had a girlfriend, I felt like it kind of hit me, and I just cut him off and didn't think that we were ever going to speak again. And so I didn't completely mourn that either, the loss of that relationship. I was just like, whatever, done, moving on. And for 6 months I tried to date, and I tried to do things, and something in my mind always brought me back to him. So we ended up starting to date again, and we got back together. And don't know if many of you guys know how difficult it can be to be in a relationship that you don't know if it's really all that healthy for you. I knew for a fact that I loved that man, and I just wanted it to work, point blank. I just really desperately wanted it to work. So we got back together, and things it just wasn't the same, and we just could not put it back together. And I know a huge part of it was me, and that's when my depression actually started to kick in, and I started to realize that my brother was really gone. And after losing both of them at the same time, I did not want to experience losing them both again. I worked my butt off to try and make it work, and when I'm in a relationship, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care about anything but showing me that you love me and giving me time. And he is so ambitious. He works his butt off all of the time, and that's something that I find so attractive. But at the same time, I needed time. I needed love from him, and I wasn't receiving that, and my mind took over with my depression, and I just was not the same person, and I couldn't be someone that he could love. I grew very insecure. My PTSD was awful. I just was crying all the time, and I was a complete mess. And I'm not gonna say I put all the blame on myself or put the blame on him. We tried really hard to make it work, and it just wasn't, it just wasn't going to be the same, and it was extremely heartbreaking. I don't feel as if I wasted 6 years. I don't feel as if I have hate. I still have mad love for that man. Obviously, I'm like emotional even talking about this, but I just don't know where any of that will go anymore, and I don't know. I don't know. So alongside with my depression, my PTSD, I feel I was also in a very manipulative relationship with other people who I was surrounding myself with, friends and such. So I just was not me. And if he is watching this, I mean, I'm really sorry for that. I'm trying to be as honest as I can with you guys. Like I said, I don't know where this video is gonna go or how long it's gonna be or anything like that, but you guys are always asking me why I'm single, or you know, how I date and stuff like that, and the answer is I just don't. Right now, I just choose not to. I try, but a big piece of me is just like, this isn't for you right now. And I'm okay with that. I'm totally fine with being single and being consistent with my work for Instagram and YouTube, and you know, just living life and finding happiness within myself. And I'm okay. I'm really okay with that. I worked extremely hard to get where I'm at, and I don't want anything to distract me from it right now. Not that a relationship would be a distraction, it's just not something that I feel like putting effort into currently, and I don't think that that's wrong. I think that you can't fully love other people unless you fully love yourself, and I am a work in progress. You guys know that I struggle with depression, and I'm not going to ever be fully 120% okay. I think I'm always going to have moments where I flash back and, you know, I do get sad and stuff like that, but for the most part, I feel like I'm doing pretty okay right now. And I want to continue this path that I'm on. And so when I'm ready to date, I will definitely be open with you guys about that. I know a big part of my heart is still there with him in a sense. So I can't do that to someone else who wants to enter my life. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't be that person who's going to have someone else try and fill a void that no one else can fix but the original person themselves. It's not fair to do, and I don't want to get mixed emotions with things and have that struggle. I just need to be with me and love me and focus on me, and you know, single's not a bad thing. So for those of you guys who are out there who are worried about dating while being in a wheelchair, don't be. I mean, there are great, amazing people out there. Just be open-minded, love yourself, and the energy that you portray to others around you is energy you're going to get back. And I firmly believe in that. I just want happiness and love and positivity around me, and so I'm working on that myself, so that when I am ready to have someone else in my life, I can share my happiness and my love and my joy and my energy with them as much as possible without it being so much work. There are plenty of amazing people out there, and I know that I will be married someday, and I know that I will have kids, and that really excites me. I'm not in any time frame, which is something that's totally new for me, because I am the type of person who just like, I just want love, 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 love. And it's so different to be single and to feel healthy. So I don't know if this video is much help, but you guys keep asking about it and wondering why, and I get DMs like, how are you single? And I'm just like, because I want to be, you know? I just want to be me and be with me right now, and I think that that's completely okay. Just know that not every relationship is going to work out, and sometimes it does take a second or third try. I don't think that, you know, giving people a second chance or a third chance and is a bad thing. I just think if you're going to do it, you have to have some form of forgiveness, which is something that I really struggled with. I did not fully forgive people, and I decided to go back into the relationship and try again, and it became a huge weight on the both of us, and it's not healthy to do. And therefore, if I can't fully forgive, then I can't fully commit. Be grateful for the people that you do have in your lives. Don't ever bash them, because you never know when they're going to come back into your life. I believe that every good and bad thing comes in your life for a reason, and whether it was good or whether it was bad or something really affected your character, it was meant for a reason, and you're going to learn and you're going to grow from it. And I have definitely learned, and I am still growing from everything that I have experienced with relationships. So I will let you guys know if I decide that I want to date, but currently I'm just gonna be me. And if you guys have questions, let me know down below. If not, thank you guys for watching, and I love you guys so much. Mwah.